Okay, so let's get into the reason why I'm sure most of you guys are here for the video. Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today is Monday, so that means we're in the gym, about to hit a workout. Let's get into it. So to start the day, we are working on front rack, reverse lunges, sets of 10. So I just got 9 at 205. That would have been a 20-pound PR. So I'm gonna put a belt on and try for it one more time.
There you go.
Come on, John. Easy. Come on. Good. Hey, up.
So, yeah, 205. Might not be the prettiest in the world, but I'm glad I was able to push through that and to get to 205. Now onto the Metcon.
Marcy, you want some of this? Because I'm going to get another bumper.
Today's Metcon is going to be a quick one that's going to be painful. So we got 4 rounds, 30 double unders, 10 thrusters at 95 pounds, and then 10 burpees over the bar. You do not have to be facing the bar. So it's gonna be all about being quick. Hopefully I can get everything unbroken. I know I can do the thrusters and the burpees unbroken. It's just, hopefully I don't trip up on the double unders at all. So I finished that workout in 5 minutes and 57 seconds. And I gotta say, like, one of my favorite things about CrossFit is having people in the class doing the workout with you, because honestly, like, I know for a fact that I probably would not push myself as hard if I was doing these workouts alone. So it's really fun, and like, workouts like that, like, I would never think to kind of like program that workout for myself, like such a quick workout, because in my head I'm so used to thinking more volume, the longer the workout the better. If it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, like that's better, that's always better. And I think that there's a place for that, time and a place for those types of workouts, and I enjoy longer workouts, so I personally will always program a longer workout, because you're able to keep your heart rate, I mean, I still keep it pretty high, but you're not spiking like you would in a 5-6 minute workout. So I really love being able to do the class here at Darkside still, because I do stuff that I normally wouldn't do, and I push myself in a way that I normally wouldn't push myself. And those workouts, like the 5-6 minute, even like the 2-3 minute workouts, they honestly scare me more than any super long workout. Like, I would rather do Murph, which is like an hour-long workout, than that short 5-minute workout, because of just how much it hurts when you're doing it, but in a good way. And so I just really, really enjoy that. But with that being said, I need to shower up, and I'll talk to you guys in a second. Let's get into the reason why I'm sure a lot of you guys are here for this video. So recently, Jillian Michaels decided to talk about CrossFit and what she thinks about it and the reasons that she doesn't like it. I actually recently talked about her not that long ago, where she made this video about why she doesn't like the keto diet, and this is kind of the same type of video, why she doesn't like CrossFit. It's with this company called like Shape Magazine, some sort of magazine. I've never really heard of them. So I wanted to give my opinions on what she thinks of CrossFit. I do want to say the video that I got, the only way I could find it was on Instagram, so this is a screen recording from my phone, so I apologize that the quality isn't the best.
A few issues with CrossFit, which is not a secret. So my issues with CrossFit are as follows. First of all, you've got like, what, maybe 20 to 25 movements that don't really vary.
So just right there, her saying that there's only 20 to 25 movements that you see in a CrossFit gym, I think that's kind of silly because there's so, like, I think anybody that knows anything about CrossFit knows that it's all about being varied, it's all about doing different movements. Now, I will say that when you go into a CrossFit box, obviously some of them are going to be limited with, you know, the amount of equipment they have, stuff like that. So obviously there might be similar movements, but to say there's only 20 to 25 movements and they're not varied, I think that's a little ridiculous.
And you're doing them over and over and over again. So on one hand, it stops being effective because you're not challenging the body from various angles of push and pull with different varieties of exercises and different types of movement.
And saying that it's not effective anymore because you're not challenging the body and you're doing the same thing over and over again, for me personally, I think that that's a completely silly thing to say, because if you think of like Olympic weightlifters or powerlifters, they do the same 2 to 3 movements pretty much over and over and over and over again, repetition after repetition after repetition after repetition, and that's how you get better at those movements. So there definitely are some movements in CrossFit that are higher skill, you know, snatches, clean and jerks, muscle ups, things like that, yeah, you're gonna do over and over again because you want to become more efficient, and especially with like snatches and clean and jerks, you're doing it over and over again to hopefully add more weight and get stronger. That is exactly what you need to do to get stronger, right? Progressive overload. You're doing the same movements, but hopefully adding a little bit more weight or adding some more reps so you can get better at that movement.
That work different modalities. And I know CrossFit, oh, we work all the modalities, but no, not really.
This point, honestly, is the point that I'm like blown away that she said, because most people, when they have a problem with CrossFit, talk about how CrossFit is too broad and you do too much stuff and you never get very good at one specific thing. But that's kind of the point, right? Is that we're doing a lot of different things and trying to get pretty good at a lot of things and not specializing in one thing in particular. That's like that most people have that argument that we do too much. And then she's saying that you're not doing too many different modalities, but when the way I think of it, like any other training style, and there's nothing wrong with any other training style, but most other training styles, you're very specifically focused on a certain thing. If it's bodybuilding, powerlifting, even if you're doing like cross-country skiing or marathon training, right? Most of the time for marathon training, you're doing longer runs, or you're just running. You're not going to be doing a bunch of deadlifts if you're training for a marathon, right? So to say that you don't train the different modalities, honestly, I think that shows that she just does not know that much about CrossFit. Because even if you look at like basically like I would say the 2 most popular CrossFit workouts, Fran, which is normally a 3 to 5 to 10 minute workout, and then Murph, which can be anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half, that's pretty different, and those are pretty much the most popular CrossFit workouts. So to say that you're not training different modalities, I think is like, it just shows that she obviously doesn't know that much about CrossFit.
So shouldn't you choose a workout that has a little bit more flexibility and strength so you get more mobility, not just power, which is speed and strength? You get a lot of that in CrossFit. A little agility work, maybe some endurance training, so that you're training in a more balanced way, right? To keep the body changing and keep your training more holistic by hitting all modalities of fitness.
And then at the end here saying we don't focus enough on flexibility or mobility and things like that. For me personally, I know from my own personal experience, if it wasn't for CrossFit, my mobility would be so much worse than it is now. If you've been following for a long time, you've seen how bad my squat was before I did CrossFit and how much better it's gotten now. Now, it's not just because of CrossFit that's happened, right? But CrossFit made me aware that I can actually work on it, and I put in the work to do that. So obviously, if you're just going into class and you're never working on your mobility and things, that's gonna be your fault. But I can say that CrossFit for me has absolutely made me work on my mobility a ton. For me personally, since I started CrossFit, my deadlift has gone up by 50 pounds, my squat has gone up by 50 pounds, my mile time is like 3 minutes faster, I'm able to do muscle ups, I'm able to do handstand walks, I'm able to do things that I never thought that I would be able to do. Again, I'm not saying everyone needs to do that, but to say that it doesn't work I think is absolutely ridiculous when you can see the results from so many people. Now obviously I'm somebody that's going to defend CrossFit because I genuinely enjoy it and I love this style of training, but at the same time, I understand that this isn't for everyone, and I've never said that. I don't want to force anybody to do CrossFit if they don't want to, but it's videos like this that I just genuinely don't understand what the point of the video is, because there are hundreds of thousands of people that do CrossFit, and I'm sure there are tons of those people that wouldn't be doing any type of fitness if it wasn't for CrossFit. So it just doesn't make sense that someone as big as her, you know, with her name, is talking so much, you know, smack about CrossFit. And I think, like, honestly, like, the reason that I think of it is because you don't really hear about Jillian Michaels that much, and obviously now that she's talking about this stuff, a bunch of people are talking about her. So I honestly think that she's doing all these videos talking about keto, talking about CrossFit, basically any like popular thing in the fitness industry, and giving her opinion, which is usually pretty negative, because then people like me make a video about it. So at the end of the day, it's obviously finding something that you enjoy, finding what works for you, and obviously there are hundreds of thousands of people that are doing CrossFit and it works for them. But again, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, if you don't do CrossFit, you're wrong. If you do powerlifting, you're wrong. If you do this, you're wrong. No, if you do powerlifting and you love it, that's great. If you run and you love it, that's great. It just doesn't make sense why she has such a problem with CrossFit, especially because all the points that she said literally make no sense. But again, that's just my opinion. Again, it's obviously kind of hard to be not biased when I am such a fan of CrossFit and it's, you know, something that I really, really enjoy. But I would love to hear what you guys have to think. So if you agree, disagree, whatever it is, I would love to hear it down in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look up my fam.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.